Hi, hello. So, last night I saw a video by Audiovisual, banger video, where he messed with the gradient trigger. But today I want to try and take that a step further, and I want to make some more, like, intense, I don't know if intense is the right word, but like some more interesting 3D shapes, I guess. So if you don't know what the gradient trigger does, basically what we can do is we can place down, boom, gradient. Set color 1 to, I don't know, a red. Is that a nice gradient or is that an ugly gradient? I honestly can't tell. If you rotate it, actually rotates the gradient as well, kind of a cool effect. But something else we can do is we can place down 4 dots just like so, give them all different groups. And if we go to edit special here, set this to vertex mode, then we can do like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then as you can see, we have the gradient between these objects, and we can actually enable free move and just kind of move this around. It's crazy. And you could do some cool stuff with this alone, but what I want to do with this specifically is try and make some 3D shapes. So the way Audio did this was by placing, I think, just 4 objects in a diamond shape like this, giving them all a new group of 5, and then giving this 6, and then rotating 5 around 6 using a rotate trigger. Okay, so as you can see, we've got some like slow rotation going around here. And then what we can do is if we give all of these different groups here, we can use a follow trigger to make, say, group 1 follow group 7 here. 1 follows 7 with a Y modifier of 0.5, I believe. Oh my god, my 7 key doesn't work. Yeah, so you can kind of see it does a bit of an oval motion. Now I just got to do that for all of the other ones pretty much. This, I don't know if this is going to line up super well. No, but that is kind of cool. Okay, there we go. We got it working now. Cool. If I like disable these, or not disable them, but just hide these points here, you can see it looks like we've just got a spinning plane. Kind of neat. I think we can just... Uh-oh. If I select all of that, including the gradient trigger, copy paste, and then build helper, then that should work, yeah? Now they don't rotate. Okay, there we go. So now we've got 2 squares rotating around like so. And then what we should be able to do is connect like, say, 3, 4, 13, and 14. An extra ID. And then there, yeah, you can see we've started to like build another face of the cube here. Okay, so now we've got kind of a cube spinning effect, but the issue is that they're not layered properly. And I'm not 100% sure how to layer them properly, to be honest with you. Okay, so I didn't explain this too well in the original recording, but pretty much we have our 2 gradient bits here with our 2 gradient triggers, 1 blue and 1 red. You can see we have the blue one before the red one, and that means that the red one is actually laid on top of the blue one. You can see the blue one goes behind. But the second we move the blue one to be after the red one, the blue one's layered on top. And if you think about this in terms of drawing to the screen, it kind of makes sense. If we put the red one first, for example, you can see the red one is drawn onto the screen, and then the blue one is plopped on top. And that's essentially how that works. And this also works with spawn triggers. So this is group 9, this is group 10. If we spawn group 9, you can see it initially spawns the red one and then the blue one. And then we can even draw the red one after it. So it goes red, blue, and then we draw the red again, and the red goes on top, just like so. So this is pretty much how we can adjust the layering as we go through the level, which we're gonna need to do for our cube. So now if you think about our cube here, you can see if we rotate around, we have some layering issues because the green face and the blue face are actually laid above the pink and red faces that you can see here, whereas they need to be laid behind when they're at the back of the cube. And if you think about it from this perspective, we've got the pink face on the back here and then the red face on the back there. The pink face needs to be laid above right there. You can see as soon as you can see it, it needs to be laid above the other ones because as soon as you get to here, it goes behind the blue. It needs to be laid above the blue by this point. And so how are we going to do that? With collision triggers. This very well might not work, but I want to give it a go. What if we use collision triggers, right? So basically these collision triggers are going to rotate around with this shape, and then when they collide with this, we can do different layering things. Because it needs to be here. This face needs to all of a sudden be laid above everything instead of behind everything. So I guess that'll be when 5 intercepts that, like that maybe? Yeah, okay, so if we place this like layered properly, you can see that is the face like on the back of the cube, and we want that to trigger when 5 collides with it. So let's give this a new group and then make this spawn triggered. Then we just need to repeat that for the other ones, I guess. So, okay, so I got the walls working properly. Now I need to make sure that the top needs to be spawned after all of these then. And then now we have a convincing cube effect. Okay, look at that. No issues with layering whatsoever. Nice. Okay, so now that we've got that, what I kind of want to try and do is add another point in there. I don't know if it's possible, to be honest. Like, how do I evenly space another point in there? See, that's about even. even, but like, I don't know how to make it exactly even, you know? I'm just gonna call that good enough for now, and let's set up another custom 3D shape here, shall we? I guess you do like a triangle here, a triangle here. Yeah, see, that doesn't really work. Aha, I figured out how to make a triangle. Yeah, so this looks like one object, but it's actually two different triangles, as you can see there, and then we can kind of build it out using triangles, and I think that would work, right? Okay, well, instead of just doing a pentagon, I want to try an octagon. So we can rotate those 90 degrees, and then rotate another one at 45 degrees. Oh my god. An octagonal prism, that's the goal. I might actually extend these out a little bit further. Alright, so we got the rotation going here, and now I guess we need to copy paste this over. And then now that we have this, I'm actually going to scale it in the Y direction by 0.5, just like so. And once we have the follow triggers going, that should follow around perfectly. So let's set those up, I guess. None of them work. Okay, there we go. Ooh, they're kind of growing and shrinking a bit. I don't know why they're doing that. That's kind of odd. I'm hoping that's just because these are scaled weirdly. So if I like scale all of these back to normal, it is sort of growing and shrinking a little bit. Oh well, I'm just not going to question and just hope it goes away after a while and hope it's not noticeable once we get the gradient triggers in. Now we need to go ahead and actually start setting up the myriad of gradient triggers, which I'm a little bit worried for, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, there we go. So now we've got a bunch of gradient triggers to make this shape. You can kind of see how they're made up, just like so. It's kind of a neat effect, actually. I kind of like that. Okay, anyway. Okay, so if I select all the gradients, select all of these, and select all the follow triggers, I'll copy paste, shift it over a bit, and then click build helper. And hopefully that means that should work. Yep, that works perfectly. Okay, nice. Now we need to actually do the side walls of the octagon, which I'm a little bit nervous for, to be completely honest. Okay, first wall in. Time to repeat that about a billion more times. 34, 33, top left, 43, 7, come on, 7. Okay, there we go. So we have all of the faces in place, and this looks absolutely wild. Look at all these triggers, man. Oh my god. Okay, so now we need to do the collision thing so that the faces on the front are always shown in front of the faces on the back. Let's just get started, I guess. All right, this will be 6. Okay, and now we have all the collision triggers down. That didn't actually take surprisingly that long somehow. I don't know how, but it didn't, so there we go. And just so we can read it a little bit easier, I am going to chuck arrows like pointing to where all of these go. We do also need to activate the top a bunch of times again as well. So let me go ahead and bring this tower over here, give that all 56 and make these spawn trigger multi-trigger. And that should hopefully draw the top every time as well. Yep, cool. And now if we go ahead, just hide these points, we should see an octagon. Let's see this. Oh my god, dude. Octagonal prism, there it is. This thing is actually insane. This thing's so cool. What happens if I rotate all of these triggers 45 degrees? I feel like that would look cool. Yeah, that looks a little bit nicer. We should probably also just... No, we can't change the colors of multiple of them. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just changing the object color. Screw that, bro. Let's make the object color a bit of a darker red, shall we? And then I'll make color 1 a little bit less saturated. So hopefully that'll create like some shading looking thing. Yeah, look at that, dude. Oh, that's so awesome. And what we can even do is we can play with the rotation a little bit, right? So let's rotate it 360 degrees once, do like a 1 second ease in out. And then once that's done, we'll rotate it backwards. And then let's see what that looks like. Oh, the layering's messed up a little bit. That doesn't quite work. Hang on. That looks so goofy. Now, as one last little thing, I want to try and make it rotate forwards. Now, this is scary because I don't know how to do that. I'm not going to show the bottom. I'm only going to show like the top. I kind of want to just like make the top face towards the camera and then back. I think would be really, really cool. I just don't know how to do that. Okay, so new development, right? What I've just realized is that see this shape right here that you can see? This is what the octagon would look like if you look at it directly from above. You just see that one face, right? But because we've given it a bit of perspective, we've squashed that down a little bit using the follow triggers right over here, which we can actually touch. Hello. But what if I edit the follow triggers so instead of being squashed, it kind of extends out a little bit more? Oh man, that is weird. Okay, that is not what I wanted to do. Why does it just dip down there? Do I do that for all of them? Will they all dip down? Oh, that one goes up. I don't get it. I don't get that. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So what we need to do to like make this look like it's getting closer to the camera is we need to essentially stretch this out on the Y direction. So like that, and then move that down. Can you do that with a scale trigger? Wait, hang on. But then it rotates like a pedestal like that. That's so cool. What happens if I scale it on the X as well? Does it just get bigger, I guess? Yeah. Oh my lord, why does it do that? I know audio kind of discovered that as well, but I don't know why it does that, but it's so awesome. Okay, what happens if I just scale it one direction like that? Oh, okay, scaling on the X is weird. So when that rotates, it kind of messes it up. So we do need to change the follow triggers as well. I guess, can I edit all of these? Yeah, what if I change that to 1 instead? Okay, hear me out, right? Hear me out. Oh, look, it kind of works. It's not a very convincing effect. I don't know how I feel about it. That was a bit of a fail, not gonna lie. Wait, can I make this a cone? I've just realized. What is going on? 46. Okay, let's see if this works. We have a cone! Let's go, baby! Hey, now we got a pyramid. Okay, cool. If I just don't use a stop trigger, will that just make the top bigger? No, it makes it growing and shrinking. That's quite a cool effect, actually. That doesn't mess up with the layering, really, either. It's hard to believe that this pyramid right here is done with this. And then... pyramid mode. The rotation again. Very happy with what we managed to get done in today's video. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this episode off here. Not really an episode, just trying to like create some 3D shapes with the gradient trigger, which I think we managed to do pretty well, not gonna lie. Again, definitely make sure to check out Audio's channel, especially if you like were a bit confused with what I was doing in a lot of this. He goes over like some of the basics with the gradient trigger, how it works, all that kind of stuff. Really good video, so definitely recommend checking that out. But yeah, for now, I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm going to end this one off here. Thank you so much for watching, really hope you enjoyed. Huge thank you to all the members, as always, especially Invdu and GD Gaming. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.